Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports, and before I get started on this video, I need you to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share it to the community so everybody's learning, and then they can share it to their community around the world. This video is all about how to get somebody's board back to them if they can't retrieve it themselves. There's plenty of riders out there that are amazing at body dragging, but when conditions don't allow it, well, now you can step in and help them get to their board. Hey, so number one thing is safety. There's also these conditions out there that you just maybe not, you don't know the variables or the scenario that particular person that's lost their board is in. First, make contact with that person, that rider. Go over there, ask them. Say, hey, do you need your board? Do you need help? Everything good? Can I go get your board for you? Let them tell you what they need. And well, then you can decide from there what should be the best course of action. So get over to the rider, ask them what they need. Next is, well, a lot of times if you're trying to help somebody out, you got to first protect yourself. You got to first make sure that you're not going to put yourself in a predicament where both of you guys are in trouble. Meaning maybe you rode up to them and you tangled your kite with their kite, or maybe you rode up to them and your kite crashes and now you can't even relaunch it. So know your capabilities and be confident that you are there to help and that you can also help them. Very first technique to get that board back to your buddy is going to be putting it on your lap. You ride up to the board, bring it around in front of you, kind of sink down into the water, get it positioned on your lap so it's nice and comfortable. And I'm gonna go left. So what I wanna focus on is kind of maybe cupping the board with my elbows. And as I dive, I'm gonna use my front hand to hold the board so it doesn't go anywhere. And if I need to, I can alternate hands, and I'm just in this squatted position making sure I don't lose the board. After I get some momentum, it becomes a lot easier. And remember, I'm using my front hand to stabilize the board on my lap. As I get to the rider, I can drop it and keep going. Okay, our second technique is going to be riding over to the board, grabbing it with one hand, and you're gonna have to strategically figure out which way you wanna ride away from with the board. So, meaning that first rule is gonna be just using your front hand to grab and control the board. So what I mean by that is as I come up to the board, I slow down, I'm nice and cautious to it so I don't overlap it. I want to ride left, so that's my strategy, is I'm going to ride left. I'm diving the kite with one hand, grabbing the board, and riding away this way. Sometimes I'm going to have to let go of the bar and change sides and cross-hand it. This technique is obviously a little harder, and of course when I switch directions, I'm going to have to also switch hands on the board. It's not the easiest technique, but it works. It just takes a little bit of practice. I can go back to the lap technique and go right back into that hand technique. So you kind of vary, it's a little bit of variation of both. But eventually you get comfortable with switching sides like this. And all in all, this is definitely a little bit safer than having it on your lap the whole time. Here you go, Tanner. The other technique is just simply riding with both boards. Helping your buddy out on the water is why we kiteboard. It's a social scene. It's also a solo scene. It's whatever you want out of it. But when you see somebody out that needs help, go on over there, ask them if they need it, all right? If they do, go and do it. Grab their board, bring it over to them, and hopefully these techniques will help you help somebody else out down the road. Remember, it's good karma. One day you'll lose your board, and somebody's gonna retrieve it for you. This is Aaron with Elite Water Sports, and we'll see you on the water.